so, Victoria.
You just let Irene walk?
I hate it as much as you do.
She's clearly a danger to everyone in this town.
I don't owe you answers, Manny.
So my mother gets government-sanctioned get-out-of-jail-free cards. I don't have competent representation. I can't even post bail. Aren't these things my right?
Commissioner, Manning has a visitor.
That's not a visitor. That's my ex-wife lawyer.
Mom? What's all this stuff?
I have something to tell you.
I have something to tell you, too.
Okay. Why don't you go first this time?
You know, I just said to shut Roxy up, but the truth is...
You're still in love with Natalie.
I gotta warn you what I'm gonna tell you. It's about us.
Mom, what are we doing at Dad's house? I thought we were going to the stables.
I thought you were behind Jack 100%.
I am. But it doesn't mean I'm blind to you, and it certainly doesn't mean that I want him to grow up thinking that he can just cut corners where he shouldn't.
Hey, Mom, what are we doing here?
You think I could have a moment alone with my hot ex-wife lawyer?
Sure.
I'm so happy. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that you'll represent me.
I haven't agreed to anything, Todd.
You want to talk about us?
Yeah.
You know, we've been down that road before. I don't know that there's more to say.
There's more. Last night I had a little chat with Roxy about you and me and how I feel about you.
Yeah, I know. I know what you said to Roxy.
She told you?
She didn't have to. I was here. I heard what you said.
Sarah.
No, it's just me.
Hey. What's all that?
The office must have sent my dad's stuff over. He had this on his desk.
It's a nice photo.
Yeah, my mom took it. I had just started calling him Dad. He was so happy.
You have to represent me.
I don't have to do anything. Except maybe get a restraining order against you. Once you get out of here, how dare you use Danny to get to me?
I asked her to talk to you.
No, you manipulated her.
I pled my case. I'm innocent. Our daughter needs to know that. You need to know that. You know what? As soon as you apologize, we can talk my terms.
Apologize?
Yes. If you would stop thinking about yourself for 1 minute and think about
You?
our daughter, you would realize that you have to help me. Danielle doesn't even know me. You're the only one that can change that.
I got so involved talking to Taya before, I just must have left my wallet. I'm sure it's in there. I'll check it, then we'll head to the stables, okay? Oh my God.
What?
I'm so sorry. Jack, I wasn't even thinking.
About what?
This is the first time that you've been back to the house since Todd hit you over the head and killed Victor. I mean, you must have been standing right where I'm standing looking for your keys just like this, and you heard a noise, and you turned around and you saw Todd just as the gun came down and hit you in the head, right?
No, Mom, it's okay, really.
No, it's not all right, sweetheart. It's not all right. I don't even know what's happened to Todd when he was in prison, because he's not the man that I knew. The Todd Manning that I knew would never hit his son on the head, step over him, walk into this house and kill his brother in cold blood. Oh, dear God. To think that you had to hear all of that.
All right, can we just get your wallet and get out of here, please?
I'm calling the police. By all means. They will confirm that I have been released. I'm free as a bird.
Buchanan,
Bo, hi, it's Vicky. Irene Manning just showed up on my doorstep claiming that she has been released.
I'm afraid so. She cut some kind of a deal with the feds.
She kidnapped Todd. She kept him imprisoned for 8 years, and she tortured him. I thought that was illegal.
Me too. But unfortunately, my hands are tied.
I'm sorry, I'm not blaming you. I just find this outrageous.
Yes, it is. Vicky, look, I want you to be very careful.
Thank you, I will. You see, I wouldn't lie to you, Victoria.
Oh, you would. And you have. Now I want you out of my house. I don't want you anywhere near my family.
You mean Victor's house?
My father is dead.
Yes, and I thought he would have left this to me.
You were wrong. This is my house, and I don't want you here.
Not even to say I'm sorry.
I stopped by last night to talk to you, and when I got here, you were talking to Roxy about me. So I listened. Okay, I eavesdropped.
You heard what I said?
Yeah, loud and clear. You don't love me.
And?
Nothing, John. I wasn't going to stick around for you to explain why you're over me and how I lied to you and how every time you look at Liam, it reminds you of it.
But you,
John, I get it. It's okay.
No, you don't. You don't get it. Look, after you must have left, Roxy and I were talking. You know how she doesn't let go of things.
Yeah, Roxy, when she wants something, she goes after
Right,
it.
well, this is one of those times she wasn't gonna let go of this thing. I guess she's been holding out hope for you and me or something over all this time.
I'll talk to her.
No, don't. You don't have to. I mean, after you left, I told...
John, after I left what? What is it you're trying to tell me?
You're sorry. Do you even know the meaning of that word?
I know this is a very difficult time for you, Victoria, and I am truly sorry for your loss. You were very fond of Victor.
He was my brother.
And my son. I loved him.
You don't love your sons. You destroyed both their lives. Victor is dead, and Todd is in prison because of you.
It's not just Victor dying. It's Todd, too. I went to see him.
At the jail? How'd that go?
He was happy to see me. I mean, he didn't even know that I existed until he came back. Anyways, we talked.
What did he say to you?
He told me he's innocent.
Do you believe him?
I don't know. He seemed like he was sincere, but I don't have anything to compare it to, you know? I mean, that was the first conversation that we ever had. And I kind of felt bad for him. I mean, the man's been locked up and tortured for 8 years, and now he's back in jail. You think I'm being too easy on him?
No. Not at all. I'm sorry, Danny.
For what?
Those 8 years your father was locked up and tortured. That was my fault.
Why do you think Danielle came to see me? She has questions about me. She wants to get to know her father. And before you go saying another negative thing, let me just tell you.
You have no
I
idea
think
what
you did
I'm
a great
thinking.
job. You did. She's smart. She's beautiful. She's strong. She's a lot like someone else I know.
Were you always this much of a suck-up?
In fairness, they kind of microwaved my brain. Sometimes, I start these sentences and I'm not really sure how they're gonna
Flattery
end,
will get
but
you nowhere.
It's not flattery if it's true. And Danielle is a terrific kid. Really, you're going to argue with me about this?
She's a wonderful young woman.
And she totally gets my jokes.
Well, I'm so glad you have someone new to work out your material. Now tell me exactly what you said to her.
Okay, a horse walks into a bar. The bartender says, "Hey, why the long face?"
Someone's framing you?
Yes. Delgado, someone is setting me up. Someone besides my lying son.
Well, I'm sure it is in here somewhere.
I have money with me if you want.
That's sweet of you, Jack. I'll let you buy me lunch, but I do need my driver's license.
All right, so can we just find it and get out of here? Mom, what's wrong?
Every time I'm in this room, I think of poor Victor. Think that I was married to him.
Uncle Victor?
No, Todd. Your biological father. Man, Jack, I was so in love with that man, you have no idea. I was so naive. I thought he was the best thing that ever happened to me. I did. I mean, he was funny, he was smart, he was so alive. The day that I married him, it was the happiest day of my life. I was marrying a man that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with, the man that I wanted to be the father of my children. And then he had to kill the man that raised you, the man that you will always think of as your father. But you know what? He is going to burn in hell thanks to you.
What do you mean?
Jack, he's going to be convicted. I mean, he has to with your testimony. He's going to be convicted, sentenced, and that'll be the last of the Todd Manning that we know.
Oh, he'll get paroled sooner or later.
Sweetheart, he's not going to go to prison. Not with the tape that Sean has. It's going to show that he was completely premeditated, that he walked in this house, he surprised Victor and shot him in cold blood. No. Look at me. The prosecution is going to give him the death penalty.
The what?
Sit down, please. Jack is lying. He's totally lying. The kid hates me, all right? He's hated me since the minute I showed up back in Landview. There's not enough evidence for the police to arrest me. He totally invented this whole eyewitness thing. He made it up. It's all lies.
I admit Jack's story is a little shaky. He didn't remember anything. Now he remembers everything. And whoever does end up representing you should make the most of that suspicious shift in Jack's memory. And look, even Blair is suspicious of his story. And you should know she's already working on him.
She can't do that. If Blair goes after Jack, that's just going to make everything worse.
Blair knows that. She's trying to get him to trust her so that eventually he'll admit that he lied.
I hope it works. Jack wants me to fry.
The death penalty? You mean they'll kill him?
Well, they don't call it that. They call it an execution. But basically, yes, that is the same results. But you know what? He deserves that, right? I mean, according to you, he shot Victor, right?
Yeah, but the death penalty.
Yeah, the death penalty, Jack. Do you remember a long time ago when Victor was framed? Well, when you're convicted of murder one, the prosecution usually calls for the death penalty, and odds are they usually kill you.
No. They can't.
Listen, hey, it is not your fault here. You just told the truth, right? Victor's the one that died. Todd's the one that shot him. And just because Todd's your biological father, you're not responsible for him. You can only be responsible for your actions. And if Todd wants to use a gun to solve his problems, well...
Right. Maybe he made a mistake. All right? People make mistakes all the time. Right? He doesn't deserve to die.
Jack, he has to pay.
I didn't mean for Todd to die.
What do you say?
Even if Blair does get Jack to admit that he's lying, well, there's still, there's another matter entirely, which is the
gun.
The gun, yeah.
The gun that you took from Dorian's house, that then you supposedly gave to a homeless man that no one can find. The gun that's never been fired. The gun whose slugs won't match the slug pulled from my poor husband's body. That gun? Yeah. Whoever represents you had better find that gun.
I don't know if that's possible now.
Why not? What aren't you telling me? Is this what you meant when you said that there's someone framing you other than Jack?
Well, I'd be the first to admit that I wasn't the perfect mother. But no one can say that I didn't do my best.
Your best? Well, that would include imprisonment and torture.
Yes, well, I thought you might not agree with my methods. But what choice did I have? Victor, your father, Victor, had no right leaving everything to Todd.
I would never defend my father. But this debacle lies squarely on your shoulders.
Well, that simply is not the truth. Your nephew witnessed Todd shooting his brother.
If Jack is to be believed, and I have serious doubts on that score, this is still your fault. You and your demented agency. You created this whole scenario. You tortured both your sons and set the rivalry in motion.
Well, we're just going to have to agree to disagree on that. It's a pity. We were always so close, almost inseparable. And now we are miles apart.
We made very different choices. And you have lost yourself. You weren't a bad person back then. Back when we did each other's hair and we baked brownies. We went to dances, we took exams, we shared our dreams. My God, you were my best, closest friend. What happened to you?
When I started at the agency, I thought they were the good guys. So I believed them when they told me that Todd, your dad, was dangerous and I was ordered to kill him.
But you didn't.
No, but I turned him over to them. And that's why he was locked up for those 8 years. I was an assassin, and I was trained to believe that Todd and others were enemies of the state. But the truth is, Danny, they were just enemies of the people that worked there. And I was just doing their dirty work.
You know what you said to me before? About being too hard on myself. Doing the same thing. What happened to Todd wasn't your fault. It was because of my twisted grandmother.
Well, Irene may have given the orders, but I'm the one that carried them out.
What happened to me? Victor Lord. He used me when I was young enough to be his daughter.
I was his daughter. Yes, he treated you very badly. But you were a willing participant in the relationship with my father. The boundaries that he crossed with me, there's simply no comparison.
Fine. You win.
Oh, this is not a competition. You're blaming your behavior on the fact that my father abandoned you.
I had 3 children with the man.
Well, that's not the point, is it? What he did is no excuse for you. I didn't turn out the way you did. I didn't commit unspeakable acts, crimes against members of my own family.
No, you didn't. But your alters certainly did. You were able to rise above the fray, keep your little hands clean. Not all of us were that lucky.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was a convenient excuse, Victoria, blaming your misdeeds on your illness.
There is no excuse for you because you abused your own children.
I loved my children.
What aren't you telling me?
If you tell anyone that I know where the gun is, I can assure you it will never be found.
Todd, if I'm going to represent you, I need all the facts.
Okay. I'll tell you everything as soon as we have a deal. Okay? Because attorney-client privilege, that will protect you. They won't be able to force you to talk.
Who's going to force me to talk? Huh? John McBain? Bo Buchanan? Nora? No, no one's going to force me to talk, including you. Look, I know trust isn't your strong suit. But think about what you're asking of me. You're not just some client, you're the man accused of killing my husband. So if I'm going to defend you, I have to believe in my heart that you're innocent. And if I trust you, you're going to have to trust me, or I'm out of here.
If he didn't do it, I just hope that whatever happens to him is fair. If he didn't kill Victor, he shouldn't be locked up. He's already missed out on so much. You were just doing what you were told to do.
Right, I was just following orders. There's no excuse, Danny.
Hey, what's that?
Look, John, you don't have to explain anything to me or try to make me feel
Well, it's not
better.
about explaining anything or making you feel better. I mean, there's something I need to tell you. I mean, sometimes you just get me so turned around and I'm sorry, I just saw the ring. Is that
Yeah, Brody proposed. It wasn't planned. I mean, Brody just popped the question, out of the blue.
You said yes?
Yeah, that's why I came to talk to you. I wanted to tell you in person. I just didn't want you to hear it from somebody else.
Congratulations. I'm sure you two will be very happy together. You'll be a family. That's how it should be.
That looks like Blair's wallet. It is.
How'd I get in here?
Maybe in the box?
How'd I get in the box?
Well, she's gonna eat it. However it got here, I'll return it.
Wait, I'll come with you. All this stuff's making me sad.
Guard!
Where are you going? Will you calm down?
These days, this is as calm as I get.
Oh, okay. I conceded you need a vote of confidence.
Oh, please don't do me any favors, okay?
So I will risk my life, which currently means a great deal to me, and I will tell you something that I've been warned to never say.
Someone threatening you? Hey, this better not be a trick, Todd.
Irene threatened me.
Your mom?
Is that so hard to believe?
Well, I just didn't know that you'd seen her.
She was in that cell, right there. And she has the gun that I took from Dorian's safe.
And that you supposedly gave to some homeless man that no one can find?
She made him go away. And she has the gun. She says she'll give it back to me if I give her this thing that she thinks I have, but I don't have.
What thing?
A microchip. I don't know. It's her and her agency goons have been trying to get it from me for 8 years. I don't know if I didn't have it. I don't remember. They dismantled my brain.
So you don't remember?
I don't remember. The shots of electricity and the sodium pentothal, the only thing that kept me going was thoughts of my family, my kids, the people I cared about. The only thing that kept me from losing it. If you don't help me, Taya, all of that's for nothing. Irene will destroy me.
You tried to kill both of your sons. You abandoned your daughter. You brought her to me lying to my face, telling me you were dying. Would I please take care of her?
Well, Tina was a handful. She was better off with you. She needed more attention than I could give her.
Oh, please don't try to manipulate me. The truth is, you flat out lied. You were not dying. And the young woman that you dropped on my doorstep was my sister. A fact you just forgot to mention. Please don't tell me that you admire me and that you care anything about Tina. Do you even know where she is? Do you?
Hey, listen, it is not your fault. If they execute your father, you did the right thing by telling the truth, what you witnessed that night of the murder, all right?
Mom,
Sweetheart, what are you trying to say? What is it? You can tell me anything, Jack. You're my son. You always will be, okay?
Mom, I didn't mean to.
She's here. Sorry, we just found your wallet.
Oh, thank you. I left it here.
Yeah, it was up in my mom's room.
Yeah, I was talking to her earlier, and I must have just left it up there.
Jack, you okay?
Yeah, he's fine. We were just having a little chat.
Again, congratulations, really. And I appreciate you giving me the news. But I'm a little behind and I really have a lot to do around here, okay?
Wait, no, John. John, you said that, you wanted to talk to me, about us.
Oh, it doesn't matter anymore.
Hey, Jack, you feel like loaning me your mom for a couple of hours? Is there a gallery opening in Philly?
Yeah.
Of artists she might like?
Whatever.
I appreciate that. I do, and I'd love to go, but I need to spend the afternoon with my son, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Daniela? Want to check out some new art?
Sorry, I just want to wait here for Mom. I want to see how she's doing.
Baz is in Paris. Guess that means I'm on my own. Tell your mom I'll be back in a little while, okay?
Listen, I have my wallet. We can head over to the stables for riding, and then we can finish our conversation.
All right, if you want to go riding, that's fine. But I have nothing else to say to you.
All right, let me see if I got this straight. Your son insists that he witnessed you killing Victor. That's a lie. But the only piece of evidence, the gun that could clear you, your mother has. And she won't give it back to you unless you give her a microchip that 8 years of torture couldn't produce. Oh! And if I defend you, I'd be defending the man accused of killing my husband. That about sum it up?
On the lives of my children, I didn't kill my brother. For one thing, I wouldn't do that to you. You love the guy for whatever reason. I wouldn't do that to my kids. Take away the only father they've ever known. My kids, Taya. Danny doesn't even know me. Jack hates my guts. Please. Please, Taya, you gotta get me out of here.
You know, I'm not the only lawyer in town.
For me, you are the only lawyer in town.
Why?
Why? Because you're great. Because of who you are. Come on. If you believe me, what jury won't? You know I'm right.
Have you ever thought about how difficult this is for me? I'm gonna have to sort through the evidence, look at pictures of Victor on the floor, go through medical reports.
Okay, I'll make it up to you.
How?
Our daughter will have a father.
You're a real son of a
Yes!
bitch, you know that?
Yes! Okay, all right. Okay, I am gonna need to hear you say it.
Yes, I'll represent you.
No, I know that. That you believe me.
Yes, of course I believe you, or I wouldn't be representing you. I gotta go. I have a lot of work to do. Guard!
Ted,
What?
thank you.
You're welcome.
I haven't seen or heard from Tina in a few years, and we did not part on the best of terms.
Don't be too hard on yourself. As I said, Tina was a handful.
That's no excuse. She was your daughter. You abandoned her. That child was heartbroken when she thought that you were dying and you wouldn't let her be near you. She's turned out to live a very shallow existence. She's as selfish and thoughtless as you are.
Which is why I tried to give her an option. You. Pity it didn't take.
Get out of my house.
Oh, don't be too hard on yourself. I'm not blaming you. Scholars have racked their brains for centuries trying to figure out the answer to that one. Nature versus nurture. My genetic influence versus your child-rearing expertise.
This conversation is over.
Not yet. There's still a little bit of unfinished business.
Hey, Matt.
Hey.
You okay?
Yep, just got a little something in my eye.
Hey. Just saw Natalie. What happened? Did you talk to her?
She and Lovett are getting married. It's like I said, Bo. End of story.
Where'd you get that?
It was in this box of stuff they delivered from Dad's office.
It used to be on his
I
desk.
miss it.
Yeah, I miss him too.
Hey, the kids are inside.
Where you been?
I've been at the jail. I represent Todd.
You believe it?
I do. How's it going with Jack?
I got him to, well, I almost got him to admit that he was lying.
Hey, Jack.
What are you guys whispering about?
I'm so sorry. Do you know that she is going to represent Todd?
What?
Yeah, she's going to. Okay, you know what? It's time for us to go.
Allow me. Everyone deserves representation. Hello. May I help you?
Yes, I'm Mr. Heller. I'm here on important business regarding Victor Lord Jr. Are you his widow?
Yes. What is this about?
His last will and testament.
Can't wait to see what Chef has got for us today. The bologna surprise from yesterday, it's still kind of with me.
Dear son, if I don't get what I want, not only will you never see that gun again, but I'm afraid I'll have to take drastic action. Find it and bring it to me at the docks, or I will take your loved ones out one by one. I knew you wouldn't accept my apology, but I had to try for old time's sake. Just know, I never meant to hurt you.
Right. Irene, you've had your say. Now go.
There's one more thing. That unfinished business